Well, good morning, welcome back. Now, as you may know, if you watch this channel, we make 2 videos a week, and if there's something to be done on any one of our motorcycles with regard to servicing and maintenance and upgrades, then we do that. And when everything on our bikes is up to date, we jump on the projects, and we have 2 or sometimes 3 projects on the go at any one time. And that gives us what we hope is the variety that we like to project. And today, a job has come up on the Big Indian, something that's been niggling at me ever since I've had the bike, something that's possibly even a little bit dangerous. I'll show you closely what the problem is, and hopefully I've got a solution. Now, motorcycles of this caliber, premium brands and all that, we are sold the concept by the advertising world that you can pick up the keys from the dealer and go and enjoy the bike for a whole year and just take it back for its periodic service. And that's not too far from the truth. You pretty much can. But I slightly disagree. I still believe that wear and tear is constant. The march of things deteriorating never stops, and it doesn't wait to the end of the year for you to take it in for your service. You still have to consider things that you might need to attend to along the way. Things that crop up halfway to your service that is a good idea you deal with. Otherwise, the bike and its functionality deteriorates, and therefore possibly your safety. And that's exactly the case with this. This is potentially a safety issue. Now, across all motorcycle brands, there are 2 methods of operating the clutch on a manual gearbox. One is with a cable, like this bike, and the other is hydraulic. Simple systems, both of them. And they both have their benefits and disadvantages. A hydraulic system is incredibly smooth and silky and very precise to operate. And a cable system, the advantage is they're very cheap to maintain and to manufacture in the first place. And the disadvantages of a hydraulic system is it needs maintenance. It needs the fluid changing every 2 years. That can cost you £100 at the dealership. And of course, you've got seals in there. So long term down the line, at higher mileages, you've got seals to replace in the master cylinder and the slave cylinder, and pushrod seals inside the gearbox, all that sort of thing. And I guess the only disadvantage of a cable system is what we might have happening today, that actually they wear out quite quickly. This bike's only done 7,000 miles just about, and it shouldn't have gone west yet, but I think it possibly has, but I'm hoping we can save it. So simply to demonstrate the problem that I'm having, if I just pull this clutch in as gently as I can and as slowly as possible, I think you'll see right away what's happening. Clutch all the way in. Now to release it, gently. Do that again. Now, I'm genuinely not contriving that. I'm trying to pull that in as gently as possible, slowly, and you'll see in it juddering as it comes in. And more importantly, and this is where it's causing a problem, when I'm trying to let the clutch out gently, trying to feather it out gently as you would do when you pull away, it's juddering on the way out as well, and I think it's all down to a stiff cable. Now, in operation, it's a bit awkward pulling away in a straight line, but you do kind of compensate for it. You kind of just pull away a little bit more crisply, and it's okay. You get used to it. But pulling out of a side junction, on 2 or 3 occasions now, this has almost put me in a hedge the opposite side of the road, because imagine you balance the revs, you start letting the clutch out, you try and balance the 2 to get a smooth take-up of drive as you lean into that turn. Of course, once you lean into the turn on a bike that weighs this much, you're committed. And if the drive suddenly falters for a split second, the bike wobbles inwards, but then it takes up a little bit more than it should because the revs have climbed beyond where the clutch was, and you get a jerk forward. So I've pulled out of a junction on 2 or 3 occasions and gone, whoop, 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 nearly in the hedge opposite. Quite scary. So I want to deal with that. I'm not just going to replace the cable. I think it's just stiffened up with wear and tear. I think I can oil that and bring that lovely silky operation back that it had when it was new. Let's see. Now, unlike some Harley Davidsons where the bottom of the clutch cable goes here into the primary case and is all internal inside the engine, with the Indians it's external. So there's the bottom of the clutch cable, there's the wire along there, and it simply clips with a pin onto an actuator. So you can remove the clutch cable without doing anything inside the engine. So with the cable mounted completely external of the engine, I should hopefully be able to detach the top of the cable, attach the cable oiler, and force the oil down the cable until it drains out the bottom, thus fixing this problem without even removing the cable from the bike. Let's see if that'll work. Just a little bit of safety first. Now, to remove any clutch cable, you need to remove all the tension from it first. And for this, on the Indian, you need 2 12mm opening spanners. And then pull all the slack forward and lift the little barrel out of the adjuster. And there it is. Now, as so often I'm finding on my Indian motorcycle in relation to Harley Davidson motorcycles, they find simpler solutions to things that make them so much easier to work on. If you know your Harleys, you'll know that this pin that you have to lift out to release the clutch lever, the pin is held in on Harley Davidsons with a tiny, 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 tiny little circlip. I haven't got any circlip pliers that are that tiny, and nor have I found any that will fit it. So we always end up taking them off with a screwdriver, very carefully, eye protection, and they ping into another dimension. That's why I've got a few in a box in case I lose one. But on the Indian, it's a 10mm nut. You just undo it. How much easier is that? Those who know will know. There. How much easier is that than a micro circlip? Well, it's not juddering and jolting in operation when I slide the cable, but it is quite stiff. There's a fair bit of resistance to that. And I think we can improve on it by forcing a load of oil down the cable from the top using the hydraulic cable oiler. Right, the cable oiler is one of these. You lock the cable inside the pump, fill it with some oil, put the cap on and turn the screw, and as you do that it forces oil, hopefully, all the way down there till it runs out the bottom. And if we pass a fair amount of oil through the cable, hopefully it will wash out any debris or detritus that's inside the cable that's causing that to resist. Right, to assemble the pump, put the collar on first, and you've got one rubber washer and two steel retaining rings. So, rubber washer on. It's got a split in it, so just pop that on there. And then put one of the steel retaining rings either side of it. One at the back, one at the front. And that means when you screw the collar down on it, oppose the two slots back to each other so you get a nice compression all the way around. And when you get the thread in there, this gets pushed inside, the thread goes down on it, squeezes that rubber ring sandwich and makes a seal around the cable. Just so it slips in. There. And once the whole lot slips inside there, put the collar down on it and screw it in. It's got a little seat inside there that it will base against, and that will compress the rubber seal, squish it so it makes a nice seal. Okay, this forms a cylinder and this is the piston, so we just wind that back about 3/4 of the way. Now I'm using 3-in-1 oil because it's just a light machine oil, that's all you need. If you want to use something else, you do what works best for you. And what I'm going to do is squirt the oil in, and with the cap wound all the way down so the piston is retracted with the oil level about 1 inch under the top. Just pop that in, screw the top cap in, and then you just got to wind away on the piston, pushing it down, forcing the oil down the cable sleeve. Right, and once it's wound all the way down, that means you've forced that much oil down the cable already. Take the top back off and top up the tube. Now we've got oil dripping out the bottom of the cable, but that's not all. I don't just want to put oil down it. I want to run about 2 or 3 tubes of oil down through the cable, like I said, and wash out anything in there that's making it stiffen up. Okay, here we go. That is 100% better. So much smoother. Nearly all the stiffness has gone completely. And glides nice and silky. So let's hook it all back up with the lever and see if I've cured this juddering in and out. Right. A little bit of white lithium grease. You can see this. There's no black filth in there, but quite a few little bits of grit and this residue floating around. So we have washed out quite a bit of muck, but not as bad as I thought. Right, connect the end of your cable up. There we go. Adjust the back so it's roughly tight. And nuts up. Right, so you want cable slack and loose so it's not under tension. And you want a couple of millimeters of free play at the clevis point here on the lever. So it's not pulling on the clutch at rest. And just nip up the lock nut so it stays in its set position. There we go. Done. Now that is vastly improved. I wouldn't say it's 100% cured in that it doesn't feel like a hydraulic clutch, but then it's a cable clutch, so it never will. They simply don't ever feel as good, even when they're brand new with a brand new cable. But that, I think, is about as good as I'm going to get it. Now, as time goes on, I'm hoping it's actually going to improve a little bit more, because all that oil in there, which is still dripping out the bottom, that's going to work its way up and down the cable and fill every single bit of it, and hopefully keep it as free running as possible. And also grease the pivot regularly with a bit of lithium grease. That keeps that moving as well, because the two are cumulative. You'll end up with the two adding to it and you'll get that stiffness. But that today is perfect. I'm very happy with that. That's about as good as any cable clutch could get. So this sort of thing you've got to do in between services, just to take care of your bike, because it's not all on the dealer, it's not all on the warranty. You've got to look after your bike for it to operate and function as well as it possibly can. I'll leave a link to this little pump in the description. Cables are expensive, and this kind of kit will prevent you having to replace a cable, and therefore in that sense it will pay for itself. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, ride safe. I'll see you next time.